This is a video on adding positive slash negative integers. What is adding positive slash negative integers? Here are some examples of things you will soon be able to handle, and over time you will gain speed and accuracy if you practice. Remember, the goal is that just by looking at a problem, you will be able to know what the answer is with confidence. And if you look at this example here, you can see that we have a -2 plus a -9, which is -11. -2 plus 7, that's 5. 4 plus -11, that's -7. -4 plus 7, that's +3. And -1 plus -6, that's -7. 3 plus -8, that's -5. And -8 plus 6, that's -2. So if you can confidently do those, and you know like you're accurate and everything, go ahead and move on. Here's the pathway. This is the first video. Right now you're looking at a video. We're going to do absolute value in just a second. And then the next one after that is adding same sign integers. And then lastly, adding different sign integers. Absolute value. I know that might look like an intimidating word, but it's actually a very simple concept. The basic fundamental meaning: the distance something is away from zero. Now, you're probably familiar with this word distance. You probably said this at some point in your life. Are we there yet? How much further do we have to go? Just Google map it. Okay, so that distance, you probably already have that down. Now all you need to think is how far that something is away from the number 0. Here's the notation. Whatever someone needs you to take the absolute value of, that's the something that we're talking about, that's going to go right here, right in between those two bars. Therefore, this reads as the absolute value of 3. In fact, let's do this problem as an example. Example 1, simplify the absolute value of 3. Think of these bars as asking you a question right here. And what they're saying is, how far is this 3 away from the number 0? So what we're going to do to solve this here, you don't have to do all this work, but right now I'm just trying to show you how this works here. So let's say this is the number 0. And this is the number 3. Let's say you were here at 3. And let's say that these were steps that you were walking, the distance between these notches here. And you had to walk from here to there. And let's count. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, right? So because it took you 3 steps to get there, our answer here, we're going to answer what those bars were asking. And the bars kept on asking, how far away is 3 from 0? 3. And I'll just go ahead and highlight my answer. Here's another example. Simplify the absolute value of -4. And again, these bars are asking the same question. How far away is -4 from the number 0? So we can do the same thing here. And again, you don't have to do this every time. This is just so you can understand a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is at -4. So again, you're sitting there or standing there and you're at -4. How far away would you be from 0? And if you were to step, it would take 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, and therefore our answer is going to be +4. Note so far that the last example, example 1, the answer was +3, and again, look at our answer. It's +4, right? We're gonna notate something in a little bit. Here's the third example. Simplify the absolute value of 0. This is kind of a silly question though, isn't it? Because if you're on a number line and you're standing at 0, and I ask you the silly question of how far away are you from 0, you would be like, well, I don't need to go anywhere. Therefore, the answer here is 0. And lastly, we want to remember that absolute value is always positive or 0. And that's because distance is always either positive or 0. In other words, it will never be negative. Therefore, the absolute value of -100 is 100. The absolute value of, say, 15 is 15. I could go on with any number you can think of. The absolute value of 50,000 is simply 50,000. So, again, it will always be positive. All right, so you've now completed the video on absolute value. The next 2 videos coming up: adding same sign integers and adding different sign integers. I'll see you in the next one.